Hi Goenkans. As we know that we are discussing chapter number 4 in geography, agriculture, and today's topic is intensive subsistence farming. Open your books. So let's start. This type of farming is practiced in areas of high population pressure on land. So we need to understand this point that this type of farming is only used in those areas where there is a high population pressure, where there is more demand for the food. So this we can say that when there is more population, so definitely we need more food for them. Second point, it is labor intensive farming. In this type of farming, we also need labor because we need to cater the demand of the population. A lot of people, they are basically, we need to provide food for them. So we need definitely labor for them. So it cannot be done by the family members or by the community help. So we need intensive farming in there, intensive labors. We need more labors. We need for the cultivation, more cultivation. Third point, the biological inputs and irrigation are used for obtaining higher production. So let me explain this point. For example, this same piece of the land is able to produce 10 metric tons of rice, but the demand in the market is 20 metric tons. So what we will do? So we use HYV seeds, high yield variety seeds, and some scientific methods to obtain more grains from the same patch of the land. Is it so? So this is known as the biological inputs and the irrigation methods obtaining for we need basically the more production when we have more population. So definitely we need more food. So we use some scientific methods like I told you about HYV seeds. There is enormous pressure on the land, agriculture land. So we also are aware about the same piece of land is continuously under agriculture, under the use. So definitely it can reduce the soil fertility. So we also have to think about that. So let me explain. Let's compare basically the intensive subsistence farming and the primitive subsistence farming. In primitive subsistence farming, what is happening? That is, a small patch of a land is used and it is only used for the basic purposes, for the purpose of the family to cater their needs. But in intensive subsistence farming, where there is a high population pressure on the land, in primitive subsistence farming, we don't need labor, hardly the family members and the community members help, but here we are totally dependent on the labor. In primitive subsistence farming, the biological inputs and irrigation methods, we don't use that because we are totally dependent on the monsoon and all that. But here we totally are dependent on HYV seeds, better irrigation system and other things which we are totally aware about. And there is an enormous pressure on the land. In primitive subsistence farming, there is not that much pressure, but here the land is under pressure continuously. I hope you have understood this topic. Thank you, Goenkans.